I thought before we planted the lettuce, I would just check on my pepper progress here. We have 26 varieties of seedlings growing in this seed tray right here, and here's the map of what's growing in there. And so it kind of just lines up perfectly. Um, See where it says TL in that corner? That means top left. So I made sure this lines up perfectly like that. That's the top left over here. This is the bottom right. So when they pop up, I know what it is. And we got quite a few popping up. It's been about 10 days since I planted the seeds, and we got quite a few things popping up. It's probably hard to see on camera, a lot of it, except for the ones that are really all the way up, but the ones that are what I call bendies. See that little bending? It's starting to come up right now, so we've got quite a few going on in here. So I'm pretty excited. I know those came up this morning. Those are 7-pot primos, and these are some yellow starfish right here. Anyways, yeah, this is one of my favorite parts of planting is, or growing, I should say, is seeing them pop up. And yeah, exactly. Beam me up, Mr. Scott. A new generation begins. Good to see you, by the way. Haven't seen you in a while. How you been doing? Up here, I don't know if you can tell what this is. It's not a pepper plant. Um, we'll see if anyone can guess what that might be. It's pretty obvious, I think. Anyways, but in the double cup here, I need to split these up soon. These two big ones, there's actually a little one down there below. These two big ones are a hatch type variety. I can't call them hatch peppers because I'm not in Hatch Valley, New Mexico, but they are a newer hatch type variety called rattlesnake. And they're kind of more, they're not small, but they're smaller uh, than your average uh, hatch chili, and they are hotter. So I'm excited about trying those. Their average heat level is hotter than jalapeno. More closer, I'd say, like in between jalapeno and Toronto. I think it's like 10,000 to like 18,000 Scoville. And this neat little guy I'm really proud of. This is my own creation. This is a hold on, brain fart. Kingstar Staracha Hornet cross with a Nymphadora, which is a Nymphadora is a fully stabilized Chinense variety. That's the only stabilized Chinense variety that I know of that is variegated. See how it's white, a lot of white. There's a little green in there, but mostly white. So if you see white mixed in, that's known as variegated. So this plant is actually, I don't know, maybe like 4 months old, and it's little. I did top it, but because it has very little green in it, it grows slower because of it needs what's it called, chlorophyll, which is in the green color for what's it called? What's that word called? I can't think of it now. Photosynthesis. There it is, for photosynthesis to take place. So that's why it is a very very slow grower. But I am excited. I got in this cool little Mountain Dew Major Melon can, and there's cocoa core in here. So cocoa core is like ground up um, outside part of the coconut. I guess the husk or the shell. It's ground up, so it has no nutrients. So I feed this nothing but um, hydroponic nutrients. Okay, so I'm excited. This is an F2, so that means it's a second generation. Pretty excited about that. And that's also my first Chinense cross that I ever made. And this is a Tom's Bomb F5. And this is actually Kratky in a can. So there's no soil or no soil like medium. It's just grown fully in hydroponic nutrients. So when it gets low, I just dump it out, and I put more in here and fill it about to right there. So, and that's the same thing back here. I was gonna split these two Tom's Bombs, but they just took off so fast I couldn't keep up with it. So I'm just gonna let them go. If they have a hard time fruiting, I'll probably cut one of them out, just cut it way down low so it won't grow anymore, and then hopefully one will be able to grow. And this one is growing in Coco Coir too, and just hydroponic nutrients. It's getting a little light. That's how I know it's time to add more nutrients. So anyways, yeah, that's a pineapple, duh, obviously. So that's what's going on right now in my little tiny grow closet here. So let's move out to the outdoors and we will plant some lettuce. All right, hang on one second. I'm gonna block you out because I don't want you to see my messy room. Okay, here we go. Let's go outside. I don't know if you noticed, but we have had some snow here recently. Yeah, a lot of the snow has been here since November. We got a lot in November. We got a whole bunch in December, and we got about a week or two off. And we're going to supposed to get. We got a tiny bit of snow yesterday morning. We're supposed to get a good amount of snow tonight. Okay, so let's move out here. There's my greenhouse with a heater inside of it. That's a whole nother story. The zipper broke. So I tried to, at night, I came out here. I shouldn't have done it at night. And I put these little Velcro things on it to kind of cover up the gap from the zipper breaking. And I need to fix that, make it come across tighter so it'll really hold that air in. And see, there's a gap right there too. So this is a moving blanket right here, and it's completely frozen solid. I can't even move it. So I need to come out here with like a towel or something and just really, or a blanket, and just really cover up that gap at the bottom. And it'll make a big difference. Anyways, on to planting lettuce. Okay, so I can't find my tripod. So I have to figure something out here. Maybe what I'll do is I'll use one of these as a stand for a little bit. Let's try that. Okay, I gotta turn you around. Let's see if this works. Oh, it's wet. Yeah, the case. Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't want to put this in the snow. Let me try something here. Let me try something else here. Okay. Let's see if this works. I don't know. Trying to not put it in the snow. I'm trying to be able to trade this thing in for a new phone here pretty soon, so I don't want to ruin it. Let's see if this works at all. I guess I could kind of work with this. There we go. Alright, so these things are kind of a pain. Two of them are stuck together and I can't get loose. I might have just got this one stuck too. There we go. These two I cannot get apart for nothing. Dang. So I'm just gonna use it as one. Anyways. Bam. See, can you see that? Okay, so just gotta fill this with some soil. And I got 3 kinds of seeds here. I got let's see. I got Butter Crunch. heirloom lettuce. And this one's called Bib, which I believe is a really, like it says on the back, it's like a butter crunch. Let's see, lettuce Bib is a butter head variety, so it's considered a real delicacy. The small, somewhat loose head is easy to grow and tender with distinctive flavor. Okay, so I don't know. It looks a lot like the butter crunch. I don't know if they're closely. I don't know what butter head variety, what that even means. Anyways, let's get started. All right, we got 3 people up in here. Hey, what's up, Mark? It is a lot of snow. This is actually nothing compared to what it was. It was really high. You couldn't even see. I had to dig out in between the roof and down here. There's just so much snow that you can't even see the back door hardly. Okay, let's see. All right. So I got my Pro Mix. It's actually left over from last year. My cube here. And yeah, I opened it up last year and I never even, I don't even know if I used any. It doesn't look like I used any. It's still a whole bunch in here. So this is the compressed cubes. How much is it? It's 1 cubic equals 2 bags of 1 cubic, so it's 2 cubic feet. These are pretty popular. I see a lot of people using these. I used these last year. They are pretty good, but you are going to have to add, you are going to have to fertilize quite a bit. It's not like it's packed full of nutrients. It does well. I added in worm castings, and I think I might have even every now and then hit it with a little hydroponic nutrients to try to give the plants a little extra boost. But it's pretty good stuff. So yeah, it's supposed to snow. It's supposed to like rain, I think, first. I think it's supposed to rain around like 3, 4 in the afternoon. I think it's about 1 right now, something like that. And 12:31, I don't know what time it is. And then 6 o'clock or so it's supposed to start snowing. So that'll be cool. I love the snow. Only thing about it is it can be a pain to clear out, and you got to stay ahead of it, all that. And, you know, driving cars, you got to dig out your cars, all that. There's a couple cars that we haven't been using because of the snow, and they were like buried. They were buried, I think, like December. They were like completely buried, and you can see them now, but they're still pretty locked in by the snow. So everybody else got their seeds going too, as far as peppers. I know a lot of people I see on the Pepper Lovers community on Facebook have started their seeds. Most of them are early January. I didn't start mine until about, I think I started mine on the 25th. So yeah, about 10 days ago. The thing is I can't really, I had to make sure this thing was going to be warm enough, because even though I've insulated it and I have a heater in there and all this stuff, we've had temperatures down to -2, and that's just not gonna be good enough, especially for young pepper plants. I mean, inside there it was probably in the 40s, you know, and that's not really gonna be good for young seedlings. Really not gonna be good for any peppers plants. Dang, it feels like this block is like frozen. It's been in the garage. It's kind of hard to break up. But yeah, so I've kind of waited a little bit longer because I want the weather. See, it's a little bit nicer now. It's like in the upper 30s, sunny, so the sun can get through there. You know, it really makes a big difference with the. Yeah, this is frozen in the middle. No wonder I'm having a hard time breaking it up. I can see ice. Dang, that means it got so cold inside the shop back here that it froze this cube of soil, which isn't that surprising, but I just didn't expect it, I guess. Yeah, so the ground here is really frozen. It's been frozen since probably November. So, oh man, yeah, I can feel the ice. That is crazy. Maybe I should have soaked this cube first. I don't know. I think that'll work though. Just a little harder to break up. Okay. So it's pretty good packed. I should have filled up with water before I started doing it. Fill up the water up thing. Anyways, so that's a pretty good amount of soil in there. So basically, let's see. Let's do the what did I do with my seeds? Great. How did I set them down at? Oh, there they are. Let's do the iceberg. I've never grown iceberg. I don't think, unless it was in like a blend of lettuce that I was growing or something like that. I have grown the butter crunch, and that's so far has been my favorite. That's so good. Okay, let me find. What I do is take a stick or something. You know what this is? There's a plant under there, and that stick that was sticking out of the snow back there was to hold it up, so it ain't gonna come out. It's tied to a dead plant under the snow somewhere. Anyways, I guess I'll just use. Oh, here we go. This was inside the Pro Mix, so I'm just gonna make a little line down the middle here. You know what? That's not really working very well. I'll use my finger. Just make a little like line through the middle here, and I'm just gonna sprinkle seeds down the middle, and we will plant them here. Okay, there we go. Iceberg lettuce. So yeah, so iceberg, I'd say what is probably one of the most popular lettuce that you're gonna find in salad and things like that. It's popular for a reason because it's really good. So I'm just gonna pour some into my hand, and I know you guys can't see very well, and I apologize. I was gonna have a tripod, but I couldn't find it. I made a little line in the middle. You probably can't see it. I'm just gonna sprinkle them down the middle. Mark Wilkerson said, "This is the latest I started seeds," and then your message just appeared. Let me see. I can read it. Go back to it. Boop. What did he say? Mark Wilkerson said, "This is the latest I have started seeds, but for the most part, they are doing well. Starting to up pot now." Dizzy Dragon said, "It's a filler lettuce. Hee hee." I think you're talking about the iceberg. Ben Janek said, "I'm so glad I don't have to deal with snow." And Dizzy Dragon said, "Tasty." um, yeah, the snow can be a pain, but I think I spent most of I'm 42, just turned 42 last week, and I moved up here when I was just before I turned 41, and before that time, I had never lived in a place where it snows, and I've always liked the snow. I think people who don't live or didn't grow up where it snows probably are more, they like it more. other people that live up here, they're like, "Oh, it's snowing," and they get all pissed off. I'm like, "Yes, it's snowing," and I get all excited like a little kid. But um, I think it's just because I've grown up in the Central Valley of California. I've lived in Southern California. I've lived in the Central Coast of California. For a short time, I lived in Humboldt County, California. Um, but I've never lived in Northeast California, where I am now, Lassen County, and yeah, you get quite a bit of snow. Good amount. Not as much as like Lake Tahoe and all that. They get a lot of snow over there. Okay, so I sprinkled the seeds down the middle of this box right here, and I'm just gonna cover them up lightly, and then I'm gonna come out here in a little bit and I'll water. I'll soak these pretty good, and then I'm gonna put them in the greenhouse, and I'll keep you guys updated too on the growth and all that. Okay, so let's do another one. I'll do another one live, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. So Mark Wilkerson, you said that this is the latest that you started your seeds, and you're already starting to up pot. So you must have started them early January or mid-January, I'm thinking. By the way, I need to send you some seeds. Yeah, some seeds I want you to check out. But if it's too late, I can wait till next year too. I know that you probably have it all figured out, or I could send it to you and then you can just grow them next year or over winter or whatever you want to do. Anyways, I'll send you some seeds. You're always so gracious to send me peppers, and I need to send you seeds at least. I appreciate all those peppers that you send. I didn't get to try as nearly as many as I wanted here. There's just a lot going on, a lot of different things happening. I got to try a good handful of them though and make some videos. And then I put some in froze some, and they're in some sauce right now. Dude, I just made a sauce. My goodness. It is probably the hottest hot sauce I've ever made. I didn't add any like filler, like, bell pepper or low heat, like, jalapenos or Fresno peppers or anything like I do a lot of times. I usually do that for flavor and just to kind of, spread out the super hots a little bit. But this sauce that I made was all super hot peppers, Reapers, all red ones. And me and all the other people that have tried it, people at work, no one could hardly stand it. Who do we got here? Is that Gapey's Grove? What is going on? How you doing? Sorry, I'm not really able to see all the comments. Oh, hey, what's up, Gapey's Grove? Good to see you. What's up, video? Let me know if I start cutting out or anything, that I'm on my Wi-Fi, and so if I cut out, I'll just end the video. Maybe just film the rest and post it later. Good to see you, Paula. Here's my frozen chunks of Pro Mix that I left in the shop, and they froze through the middle. This piece isn't too bad frozen. It's mostly the middle. As I start getting into the middle, it's all like ice. So, speaking of ice, we just planted some iceberg lettuce, and this one's going to be butter crunch, right? Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, butter crunch. I don't know why I second guessed myself for a second. I grew this last year, and I think I grew it the year before too. I can't remember for sure, but man, it's so good. I recommend, if you haven't grown butter crunch, to try it out. It's good, and it's easy. Growing lettuce is easy. That's why I kind of started getting into it. When I lived near the coast, of course, barely would freeze, barely would ever hit freezing in the winter, so he could grow lettuce all winter long. It was awesome. So I had a lot of fun doing that. But Butter Crunch, man, that's some good stuff. A lot of times I just come out and check my lettuce, and I would just tear off a few leaves and eat them. But this year, I hope I get enough from these. I'm going to do 3 of these. I might do a few individual pots with some lettuce in it too. Enough for my family at least to do some salads and stuff. You know, everything is so expensive in the store. I know it's affecting the whole nation, I'm sure. In California, it's really bad. Of course, everything's more expensive here. But, I mean, just yesterday, my wife usually does most of the shopping, but yesterday I went and got some ice cream. My daughter's 21st birthday was yesterday, so um, I went and got some ice cream from the store on the way home, and dude, I got, you know, the little, what are they? Not a pint, but I don't know if it's a half gallon, I guess. I got 2 half gallons of ice cream, and it was $15, over $15 at Safeway. Luckily, I have a Safeway card, so it still was like 12 something. Are you kidding me, dude? $15 for 2 half gallons of ice cream? It's ridiculous. So another thing I'm gonna hopefully be doing too is not here, but at my work, although I'd like to do it here someday too, is chickens. I posted a video a little while back about just showing chickens eating, not me feeding some chickens. Those weren't mine. Those were like the neighbors. Where I work, the neighbor that lives next to where I work has a bunch of chickens. And so I'm planting a garden over there and covered it with leaves, and I go out there every day at work and start feeding them like rice and different things. And I want them to come over. There's probably a good 40 or 50 chickens that come over, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get them to come over so they'll poop on where the garden's going to be. And hopefully it's going to be really nice this year, that garden at work. So a lot of you guys know I work for like a program for men who struggle with drugs and alcohol. So one of the things very therapeutic for them is grow plants. And they all love the peppers, the hot sauce, and stuff like that. So I mean, they're into it. They're kind of getting into it. And, dang, this thing is frozen. But yeah, so it's good for them. And plus, I'm a obsessive gardener, so you know it's good for me too. Excuse to garden more. Just kidding. I mean, it kind of is, and it kind of isn't. I like when other people, you know, want to get involved in gardening and stuff. You know, I'm tickled to death, of course, to show them what I know, which isn't a whole lot, but it's enough. I'd say I consider myself like a novice, amateur gardener. I'm not the greatest. I may be obsessed, but doesn't mean I'm necessarily great at it. But anyways, all right, we got the second one. This one's a lot better. I got a lot more broken up, finer pieces of soil. So, all right, so we're gonna do, here it is. This is the one that's stuck to another one. I wish I could get them apart, but I can't. So once again, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right down the middle here with my finger and just make like a little divot, I guess, in the sand or in the soil, just all the way down the box, right through the middle, and it makes a little spot where I'm gonna plant my seeds here. So one thing too is, and hopefully I can do a video on that when it happens, is when they come up, lettuce seeds are tiny, itty bitty, so it's hard to plant like one here and one there like that. So you just plant like a thin row, and as they come up, you pick out a lot of them, and then you just leave. And this thing, what is this thing? Probably 2 feet long, maybe 18 inches, something like that. That's probably about close to 2 feet, somewhere in there. I'll probably only grow like 4 heads of lettuce in this, and that's even pushing it. Really 3, to be honest, for them to do well, probably. Um, so, so if you live in a place that doesn't get much frost, I don't know, probably where Paula lives. I think she lives in Seattle. She's close enough to the ocean. She probably doesn't get a whole lot of freezing weather. I don't know, but she has a greenhouse. If you live in a place like by the California coast, or someplace where it's cool in the winter but not necessarily freezing, or if you don't get snow, that's probably a good indicator that you could grow lettuce outdoors. Because even if it does get frost here and there, it's not going to kill them. Now, if it gets into the 20s, yeah, they're probably not going to make it. One thing I did last year too is I did grow them outdoors here, and when I knew it was going to be freezing, so this is probably like in March, April, when I knew it was going to be freezing, I would go get a clear plastic tub and I just set it over them and put like a brick on top so it wouldn't like blow away. And they did fine. It was enough protection from the frost and all that they didn't die. Anyways, all right, so let's do some butter crunch. So I got these from Walmart yesterday. Sadly, they were $2.46. It's not like breaking the bank or anything, but it's a little pricey. Yeah, to get these 3 packs of seeds, lettuce seeds, was over $5. So it's just kind of like, come on, man. Should be like 3. All right, so I'm just gonna these seeds are small. They're like coated. They put like a coating on it. I think that's to protect them, I don't know, from birds. I can't remember. I'm sure you guys probably know. Some of you probably know. There's a reason. I think it protects them from a few different, maybe bugs. Maybe it has a little bit of nutrients in it. I'm not sure. But I don't think so. I think it's to protect them from birds and bugs and different things, but I could be wrong. Okay, that's enough right there. Okay. So when I turn the camera off, I'm going to plant the Bibb lettuce also. But anyways, yeah, hope I didn't bore you too much. But anyways, all right, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll do another video soon, hopefully with the lettuce sprouted, and I'll thin it out and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully we can watch this lettuce grow together and make a salad, and I can show you what it all looks like. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace.